And now, Freelance Heroism presents Dragon Heist.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Deese.
And I'm Rachel.
And before we even get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates to our Patreon in particular, those who donated to produce it here. Rachel,
Yeah,
would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. So we want to say thank you to Duncan, Nate, Breakmeister, Rebecca, Orient_Tiger, and Chris Sones. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you. We really appreciate everything you do for us to help us make a better show for everyone. Rachel,
Yes.
what are we going to talk about today? Do you have an idea?
We can talk about your big win of this week. But you
Not just
you
me, but
finally
Nate.
got, and Nate, yeah.
Yeah, Nate got our PS5s in.
Yeah.
Woot.
You guys got them on the same day.
On a you motherfuckers. I ordered it first. I won first.
I got it before either of you, though.
Yeah. Okay, so here, I ordered it
Mhm.
way before everyone else.
Mhm.
And then Rachel ordered it like a week later and got hers in 2 days. And then Nate got it. Like, I got the notification of delivery, right? They were like, it's going to be coming in 2 days to your house after it was shipped, after weeks, right?
Mhm.
And then Nate ordered it that day when I got my shipping notification.
Uh-huh.
And he got his on the same day that I got mine.
He got his, like, what was it, like the day after he bought it or something?
It was the next day. Fucking ridiculous. Anyway, all that aside,
Mhm.
something you might not know about the PS5. It's like fucking 12 yards long. This shit is the biggest console I've ever seen in my life.
It is.
It is huge. It's almost as big as my PC.
Mhm.
It's like big.
Yeah.
I have a full ATX case, right? Like not like I don't have like the mega ATX, EATX or whatever.
Mhm.
I have like a regular ATX case box, right?
Mhm.
And it's like it's decent size, not huge, but this thing is fucking insanely big. Like I cleared off space for it next to the Switch.
Mhm.
And then when I saw it come out of the box, I'm like, I'm gonna have to move the Switch. That Switch is not gonna have to go on a different shelf. It was so big.
Mhm.
And now every time I look at it, I'm like, Jesus, that's big. Right? Like every time. I haven't gotten used to it yet. I'm sure I will. But
I've yeah, like I have this stand underneath my TV where I have my PS4. It has like these 3 little slots.
yeah.
And so I was going to put it in the slot next to the PS4, but it takes up so much room that it like almost fills the whole thing. And it was like getting really warm in it because there
No,
was no
kidding.
good airflow. So I had to take it out and put it on top of the stand.
Yeah. Did you put it upright or did you put it sideways?
I put it sideways because I'm worried if I stand it upright, my cats will knock it over.
Oh, that's interesting. I hadn't thought about that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's interesting. I would like to put mine upright, but it would block a good chunk of my TV. Oh yeah. But I've been having so much fun. It's great.
Yeah.
I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake with the integrated expansion thing.
Mhm.
And I'm really into it. I'm really into it. Like
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna like it, but I wasn't sure that I was gonna have that feeling that you had the first time you played Final Fantasy VII.
Mm-hmm.
That like when I was a kid feeling.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
whenever I was a kid and I'd get a big RPG that was good, I would get lost in it. Like it was like the same thing when I read Lord of the Rings for the first time when I was a kid. It was like I fell into the universe. Right?
Yeah.
So that I like cohabitated in Earth and also in the city of Midgar and then eventually out into the world and into the fucking cave where, you know, I was living in Nibelheim, man. You know? And I didn't think I was going to have that feeling again. And as soon as I fucking heard that Midgar theme,
Uh-huh.
da, 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 hit me, and I took a video right away. I was like, oh, I'm gonna hit that video every couple days just to feel that moment. Oh, it was great.
Good.
I'm really into. They're changing shit too. I don't want to fuck with anyone's brain, but I have pretty strong opinions about how this is going. And I told my friend who already beat the game not to spoil or not to confirm or deny anything, but I told him a bunch of stuff, and his silence spoke volumes. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Pretty certain I'm right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that you finally got it.
Oh, I'm so happy. I was having a fucking spin out. Dude. So my mom took the day off of work, right? To make sure somebody was, well, I think she was going to work from home anyway, but like, there's this thing where I was like, I'm going to be away from the door or something like that. And then they're going to deliver it and they're going to leave the sticker and then they're going to steal it when they take it. It was completely unfounded panic attack stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I've been waiting for 10 hours for this thing. And I'm just sitting on the couch like, I'm going to lose my mind. Because I had saved an entire day to play it. I was expecting it at like 8 in the morning. I don't know why I was expecting it at 8 in the morning. But I waited 10 fucking hours for this thing. And then the FedEx truck, I saw it on the street. And I was like, oh. And so I like jumped to grab my shoes. I was going to meet him outside. Right? And then my mom thinks that this is really funny. She leans over and she goes, hey, he didn't have a package. He's leaving. And my face apparently made this like angry fear. And she's like, I'm kidding. And then she fell the fuck out laughing. She thought it was like the funniest shit that ever happened. Yeah. Ha ha. Very funny.
That is pretty funny.
Not really. In the moment, there was a dread. I was like, I'm about to be on the news.
Oh no.
Yeah. They're going to be like, ooh, local man goes crazy. You know. He said, I am the blood of the moon god. Bring me your firstborn. But it's here. So that's all that matters.
Yes.
And I just installed Bloodborne because you suggested that. And I just installed Last of Us.
Ooh, those are both excellent games.
Yeah, I'm a little hesitant about Last of Us 1.
Oh, yeah?
Because it's got some PS3-ish looks to it.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
I don't know. That Final Fantasy VII looks so good that if I go to PS3, I don't know if it's going to be as... I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yes.
What?
It's just it's funny that you are going from like the Final Fantasy VII remake to a game that was originally created for the PS3.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a graphics weirdo, but on PS5, it feels like if the first two games I play are a remake of a game from the PS1 that was made for PS4 and bumped up for PS5, and the next game is a game for PS3 bumped up to PS4 being played on a PS5, I'm like, I kind of should just maybe play a game from the PS5, right? Just to know what that is. Right? I can't.
That's fair.
But maybe it'll work the other way. Maybe I'll play the PS5 game, and then this will be even worse looking. Right?
Well,
because every time I look at the Ratchet and Clank, I kind of lose my shit a little bit. I'm like, that game looks beautiful.
It does. But I will say, The Last of Us is just an incredible game.
Yeah.
And I also think The Last of Us Part 2 is also an amazing game.
Well, if I play 1, I'm playing 2 for sure.
Yeah.
So I might hold off on playing 1 until I have 2 already locked and loaded.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I might play Bloodborne after. I don't know. I've been dabbling because I already know that I'm about to fucking murder the shit out of Final Fantasy VII. Like, I haven't left the location until I've gotten every materia, even the like secret, hard to find ones.
Oh wow!
That you see for a second in the background of a cutscene kind of thing. I'm like, and I know that there's a materia in this fan, and I'm gonna get it, no matter what. If I have to be in this fucking room for the next 15 hours, I'm getting that fucking material. That's how my brain is about this.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I got it, and I got the purple one and the blue one. Fuck you. So, you know.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, they're materias.
Okay.
They never mind. So,
all right.
You never played Final Fantasy VII.
I played the first disc.
Well, that's this whole game is the first disc, essentially.
Okay. Well, I played it a long time ago.
There's some serious changes, but
Okay.
they're good.
You should also get Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut.
That's a PS4 game.
Director's Cut is PS5 only.
It's a PS4 game, right? The
It came out
engine, the
late-
graphics.
Late PS4. It looks amazing.
I'm sure it does, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Games
Well,
that
there's
are
not-
made.
I mean, there's not a lot of PS5 exclusives out right now.
That's what I was talking to you and Nate about. I was like, you guys each got a PS5 exclusive title,
Mhm.
but they're different games. So you
Yeah.
got Demon Souls,
Yes.
and he got Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart,
Mhm.
right? Both look awesome,
Yes.
right? I asked you earlier, the both of you, to make a case for your games,
Uh-huh.
to like, you know, be the used car salesman, sell me on it. Neither one of you did. As a matter of fact, you worked backwards by saying you don't think I'd like that game.
Okay, I gave you 3 titles, and then I said the only PS5 exclusive I've played is Demon Souls, and I don't think you'd like it. Not because I think it's too hard for you, but because
Uh-huh.
it's not like the style of game that you typically seem to really enjoy.
That's fair. But then you immediately pitched a time travel game.
That's not out yet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Deathloop does look pretty cool.
I don't think so.
Why?
Because it just looks like a guy running on a rooftop. It just looks like
Just on a rooftop? No, like you...
every trailer I've seen so far is this guy. Maybe I'm
Okay.
thinking of a different game.
All right.
I don't know. I'll look at it.
Okay. Well, why don't we go ahead and go to this week's episode?
Sure.
Okay. This is Dragon Heist, episode 29, A Moment of Reflection.
So I guess I'm assuming we're going back to the manor.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll get. I'll, as soon as we get in, I'll be like, I guess I'll have to find some new things to fill my jars with, like to the ghost. That's what I'm speaking to, but I want it to seem like I'm just saying it as an exclamatory.
Again, I don't think that's something you should be saying out loud.
So yeah, Anders and Midnight follow you guys back to the Troll Skull Manor. You guys get there, and Alicia looks up. More guests.
Yep. They're here for the heads. Dude, could get a box, something we can put the heads in.
Yes, right away. Kretz is sitting over on one of the tables, kind of munching on something. Looks up. Hey, Sarge. Anders is like, oh. Seems you're making friends, Raven.
No, I was trying to rehabilitate some people.
Just kind of nods.
I put a 7th jar out just in case he decided to fuck around.
Ah. Hey, just a heads up, Raven. With him being ex-Xanathars, this doesn't look good with the Zent sign.
I'm telling you what happened. You can take it however you want.
I know.
Anyone who knows me knows I don't lie.
Ain't that the truth?
Yes, that's exactly my point.
So Midnight's looking at the heads. And then all of a sudden he kind of stops and he starts looking around the house. And he looks back at you.
Nice walls, huh? Like I kind of figured out what he's doing.
Yeah. Midnight feels welcome in this place.
It's
little-
inspirational.
It's spiritual.
Somewhat aghast when we first got here.
I'm going to go make a coffee. You guys do it.
Yes, well,
Dr. Midnight would like one.
I don't even respond.
I just like it gets me on the off.
Have your house girl bring us a coffee. Oh, burn!
I'm not bringing him one.
Oh,
I'm
how
gonna
the
come back
wealthy have fallen.
Just gonna come back with my coffee, and then just stand there and drink it.
She's like, sorry, we only had 2% milk, and I'm clearly 1%. I'm clearly a 1% kind of girl.
This was the last cup we had.
And I smashed all the others.
And put heads in those.
He begins looking at the jars. Dr. Midnight assumes you already know that they are actually all indeed of elven ancestry.
Yes, and also across the range of 6 weeks apart, murdered.
Months, 6 months.
6 months,
Or-
sorry.
Yeah. He's like,
For anyone
almost
listening,
seasonal.
For anyone listening, there's some time that happens between these games. So sometimes if our facts are a little loose, it's not that we aren't paying attention. It's just that we played 11 games of something else in between.
Right?
So just, keep that in the back of your mind.
Speaking of which, go back and listen. If you haven't listened to, Mask, go back and listen to it all.
Yeah.
And then come back.
Go back and listen to 11 episodes of something.
Yeah.
And then come back.
And then come back and see if you remember everything that fucking happened last episode.
Oh, yeah. It's difficult.
You're not paying for it unless you're on Patreon, in which case you are.
You
And
are.
we thank you for it.
Right? We love you. Dr. Midnight loves you too.
In that case, we apologize profusely for our inability to keep our facts straight. Please keep the payments coming.
But the facts are straight in the journal entry, so enjoy those.
Yeah, we're using it to do drugs. We need our fix. Papa need his meth money. Papa needs his fucking gas, his laughing gas.
You live in Georgia. Doesn't that shit just grow on trees?
No, as a matter of fact, pollen grows on trees here.
Well, then just snort that.
No, you'll die. You'll fucking die.
Well, you'll do
Have
the
you ever
same thing
seen-
if you snort meth. So the ends justify the means.
Have I ever showed you that video of that tree that falls down?
Yeah.
Holy
yeah.
fucking shit. It's so gross. Everything. Ugh, Georgia.
Tree bukkake.
Right.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I've never heard those phrases together.
It's a hygro.
Yeah.
That's sort of a word that you only learn on 2 websites. Okay. So, next. Yeah, I'm going to explain to him that they're about 6 months apart, and we found them in the water, which means that they were a little more worn away than they might have been if we just found them.
Yeah.
So they had like crabs and shit eating the face meat.
And Midnight turns to Sanders. Dr. Midnight confirms with Dr. Raven's results. Sanders is like, what the fuck do I bring him?
I hesitate to use the term, but I am a professional. But
There's like 6 people in the room anime falling with head slaps. All right. He's just looking at him like, hey, Midnight, can you speak to the dead on any of these? He's like, Midnight kind of just looks at him blankly through the mask. He just shakes his head no. But Dr. Midnight may have a way with the latest one, but I would require the Raven's support.
Sure. How can I
And
help?
we need a closed room and not to be disturbed.
I'll take it down to the basement. That's where I run all my tubes.
I'll prepare and I will be here in 2 days.
2 days.
I need to gather some supplies.
Okay.
Or Dr. Midnight needs to gather some supplies.
It's a supplies party. Okay.
It's a dead man's party.
5-hour time. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to take a break from this podcast to let you guys know that the sweet and refreshing energy found in 5-hour energy extra strength energy shots can be bought at any store, gas station, fucking crack dealer, or back alley sex worker. So if you'd like to pick up a 5-hour energy where you can pretty much get it anywhere, you can chug it directly into your mouth like I do, or soak a sponge and jam it up your butthole. Either way, you'll find your pep in your step.
Freelance does not endorse you shoving anything into your ass. That is a personal choice, and we respect that and allow you to do it.
Let's not speak in absolutisms. Some things go in the butt. Turn that into a fucking ringtone. Let's not speak in absolutism. Some things
Go in the butt.
Rachel is so upset with me right now. She's just, you can see the disappointment just wash over her face. Like, ugh, this guy.
I imagine that there's a wall in Rachel's house where there's just a scratch for every butthole joke that gets made. She just
If you
keeps
count
it
in the background, there's those spiders.
Oh, is it one spider per butthole?
Wow. One spider per
right.
butthole.
Which coincidentally is one too many.
That's the new Lichgate album. One spider per butthole.
Oh God.
I'm doing that as the next album cover. It's gonna be a solo acoustic set.
Oh God,
man.
that'd be awesome.
One spider, one butthole. Now available on iTunes.
iHeartRadio.
Yeah. Oh man! If you're listening to this on iHeartRadio, dude, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you downloads that shit? That sounds like a scam, doesn't it? iHeartRadio. Yep. Oh my god. Yeah, iHeartRadio docs XML is. Oh my god. Sorry.
Midnight. Alexander's. You know, it's just that. And he exits himself to head off to the other body, the fourth one. And it's like, great, now I got to carry all the heads by myself. Raven, I'm going to leave him here with you.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, I'm not walking through the city by myself with 6 heads.
Yeah, I might suggest a carriage. That's how we got him here.
So, carriage driver saw you bring the heads in here?
I mean, we had them in bags.
Okay. Just he's shaking his head. There's just some things I'm not putting in the report.
Yeah, I mean that's up to you, but I'm not gonna lie. So you do what you got to do, man.
Sergeant Anders, I think that'd be wise.
By this point, the 2 watchmen that went to go fetch Victor show up, and Victor's sitting there, just kind of. He has a bag in his hands and he's playing with something. Stretchy thing. He's like, yo, cousin Varys, he looks Adrie, sent us some like stretchy hair tie thingies.
Don't touch that. Drop that immediately. We're gonna have to boil your hands in sanitizer.
All the kids are dyeing them and wearing like 40 of them on their bracelet.
Oh, I'm off too hard.
How long have you been waiting to pull that one out?
A while. Oh, no pun intended.
Does Ludo have a beard?
He can.
Just wondering.
So he hands the bag to Adrian.
I'm not taking it. No.
He's like, all right, you guys put me out of school. What do you want?
We didn't want anything.
And there's like, we're just confirming stories. Your sister said that you guys walked back to the house last night from here. He's like, looks at her. No.
Now is not the time to make stuff up, Victor.
I was studying late. Dad picked me up.
No. You were here. It was last night. You were here. And then I didn't want you going back home by yourself, so I went home with you. And I was like, why are you out at 2 a.m?
I saw you this morning as I left.
But you also saw me last night.
He shakes his head no.
I'm going to look back at Kavir and Rain and be like, you guys saw him.
We saw him. He was here.
Yeah.
Victor's looking at the three of you.
As a matter of fact, I tried to get him a carriage to go home so that they could get home fast because it was so late.
Which might have been a better idea now that I'm thinking about it, because we would have had at least a carriage person we could have found.
Victor's like, okay. You gonna ask Daddy pick me up at Blackstaff Tower?
What?
Yeah, I was working on my transportal magic.
No, you were here. It was like 2 a.m.
I was asleep then.
Anders, we're going to get to the bottom of this.
Anders like looks down the kid. Yo, he looks at Adrie. Yeah, he must really hate you. That's fucked up.
Anders, you know where we live?
Yeah.
If there's any problems, you'll know where to find us.
Yeah. Looks at Kretz. Keep him out of trouble.
Doing my best.
All right. And there's like, just taps Victor on the head. Yeah, right. And heads out.
As soon as he leaves, I'm going to grab the kid by his shirt. I'm going to lift him up off his feet. What the fuck is your problem?
He has one hand quickly already brought up with a magic missile loaded. I was in bed. I really don't want to do this, but I do not like being handled like this.
All right.
I don't
Let's
like
settle.
being handled like this either, kid. We watched you walk away with your sister.
Victor,
You're going to get us thrown in fucking prison.
You got a truth serum you want to play? Because you can ask my dad. I was at Blackstaff. You can ask Blackstaff. She was there.
I'm going to put the kid down.
All right.
Not cool, kid.
I am sure there's an
insight?
explanation. There has to be an explanation.
Can I insight Victor?
Sure.
21.
As far as you can tell, as long as you know Victor, he's not lying.
Okay. Adrie looks really confused. He's like, he's telling the truth, but that doesn't make sense because we all saw him last night. You were here. It was like 2 a.m. And I was like, what are you doing out at 2 a.m? And you were like, I was running errands. What are you doing out at 2 a.m? I'm going to tell Dad. And I said, you're not going to tell Dad because then I'll tell Dad that you were also out.
Well, this is doing a lot of heavy lifting for our argument.
Look,
we saw
sure.
him here.
Tell Dad.
Someone could have disguised themselves then, maybe.
Well, then that would have been one hell of a disguise.
Well, he can alter self.
He's like, was it a pretty disguise?
No, it
Not-
looked like you.
He puts up both middle fingers.
Yeah, he had those too. He had the whole shebang bang. You look just like you.
He holds up 2 fingers with 2 grotesque rings around each.
They make them in small sizes.
I just don't know what these stretchy things are for.
Yeah.
It comes with a certificate of authenticity from the son of the spider.
Technically, Varys said they were for cousin Adrie, but
Stop,
open your mail.
Don't accept anything from them.
But they're Lichgate.
One spider, one butthole. Best album. Buy now.
Raz, holy shit.
They call it Razholes.
Though the other one's a little woohoo, if you know what I mean.
They're all weird.
They're all a little woohoo. Except for the big ones. Those are big woohoos.
That does so.
Put your hair in this woohoo.
So if it was someone,
Squatch.
if it was
Squatch,
someone
squatch.
pretending to be Victor, why?
Maybe to spy on us.
He's like, y'all are starting to creep me out now.
Us and then gone back for the fishermen.
But they would have gone from the docks. They would have already had to know.
They didn't know where we were going. They'd have to follow us to our location. Then they'd go back and know where the dock workers would be at the dock.
But Victor was already here when we got here, so they would have had to have already known where we stay.
I've been dealing with a lot of folk from that side of town before. I assume you don't hang out with a lot of underhanded 3-card Monty dealers, huh? The sketchy folk. I'm going to look at Tricky. I'm going to be like, hey, ever known someone who could follow you ahead of you?
Yeah. I think the fact that our two fisherman friends are dead would tell me that someone may be a step ahead of us.
But they would already have to know to look like someone that we know as well.
True.
That's a good one.
We're also assuming that there's just one single entity, and that's what I'm worried about. I don't think we've got just one single entity working against us. I think we've got more than one.
Well, the different heights would definitely. If it's a shapeshifter, definitely they could change height and shape and form. And if they were
Indeed.
different heights, then slashing would something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Adrie,
Yeah.
did you notice anything weird about your brother last night? Outside of the ordinary, of course.
Can I roll anything for that, David?
Yeah. I would say a wisdom check.
Not an intelligence check?
Mm. Yeah, I guess intelligence for recalling memories, trying to.
25. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. I'm looking at my.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know how to count.
23.
Come to think of it, now that you look at your Victor in front of you, the other Victor's hair was a little shorter.
I will let the group know.
His eyes were a little more. Last night, last night you could have probably chalked it up to maybe he was tired looking, but almost like the bags under his eyes were heavier, like he had more weight on his shoulders than your free, Mage Tower Victor in front of you.
Okay.
Almost now you think about it, almost like there was a darkness to him last night.
Dun dun dun.
The other Victor had shorter hair. He kind of looked tired a little bit. I just thought it was because it was so late at night. And definitely more of a
Wait a minute. Victor's here. He'll probably just have to notice. Right?
Yeah.
Who else here? It's Alicia, and then us three, and then Victor.
Kretz.
Right?
Yeah,
No one else is
Kretz,
here.
Alicia, you three, Victor. So there's 6 of you alive in the building, and L.
And L.
Right. I'm going to say L.
Chalk Rat's on the board, yes.
Does anyone else freak out?
Victor's like, I fucking knew it.
You didn't know it.
Dude, the story said this place was haunted.
Can we focus for a moment, please?
Kretz is like,
it's our ghost butler.
you see Kretz on the other table, just mouth open, hanging. The bloody girl's telling the truth.
I'm going to look at Kretz. I'm going to be like, I told you, we always got an eye on you.
I thought the girl was talking nonsense. Leech is like, I'm not a liar. You're like, who the fuck keeps a ghost with talking heads?
This is the most intimidating house of all time. I thought Kavir's lab was super intimidating because you couldn't lie in there, but this one's pretty rad. Okay. I'm going to ask if anything happened with the mirror. If they had seen anything strange happen with the mirror since we were gone. I mean, I have to play this like I'm dumb.
I know,
right?
I know.
Because I wouldn't be able to know what exactly the mirror does, but we did see alternate versions of ourselves in the mirror. So this seems like a pretty direct.
You're asking a direct question I wasn't ready for to come out yet. Very nice ploy. And very nice play.
Well, I mean, we're talking about a duplicate of a person.
He writes on the board. Yes. You opened it. Yes, you opened it.
I opened what?
The mirror.
What?
By yourself.
Specifics.
In erases the wall and starts this long paragraph in very small writing. You came in, no armor, long coat, opened it, boy walked out.
Since when did you start wearing a long coat?
It had a purple eye on it. It says a purple eye shape on it.
So now we're all copycats?
It's just you and the boy.
What do we do with this mirror?
Well, if you're telling me that it's starting to copy things, I know it might be 7 years bad luck, but it beats a lifetime of hell, so I'd say we break the damn thing.
But what if we need the mirror in order to stop whatever the mirror made?
Well, then we have to stop it from having... I'm just a simple country rogue. I don't know much.
Is there any way that we could...
Well, normally
maybe...
with magical items, especially powerful magical items, you can't just destroy it by normal means.
The last thing we need is a bunch of little versions of ourselves being copied from all the shards. Oh my God, micro Kavirs.
Oh God. Then we have to find some way to stop it from having a reflection.
What if we put it flat against one of my tables and then tied it up? So that way it couldn't see anything and nobody could look into it.
But if there's already a you and a Victor and a you that knows how to come in and open it, tying it to a table isn't going to do anything.
No, but we'll have to hide it. But I'm saying in the meantime, just so nothing like a dog walks across the front of it and it makes a copy of a dog and then the dog goes out murdering.
Rain pulls out a bottle from his satchel of one of Mr. Kavir's vials of black juice.
Right.
What if we don't break it? What if we just black it out?
Well, I mean, if someone knows how to use it, then they'll just come back and wipe it off.
Well, let's just hope that they don't.
How do we hide this?
Well, what I'm afraid of is that it's more than just something that copies. If it's a portal and something can walk through it, I'm just trying to figure out a way to stop said thing from happening.
Well, we wrap it up tightly.
Put it in your basement.
Yeah, but they already know it's here.
Well, then we can put it back at my old place. Or we can put it in one of the 757 rooms that in Miss Adrie's castle. That'll take a good goddamn long time for them to find.
Technically, it's not a castle, but...
Oh.
She's like, it's actually a Victorian era.
It's actually a super castle. Those are actually better than castles.
For once, Rain loses his composure and knocks the cup of coffee out of her hand.
But all King Koopas have advantage against super castles.
She's just holding her hand, and there's no cup, but the froth is still on top of her hand. I think, who do we know that we can trust here?
Well, if we've got something that can shapeshift and or look like whatever, I don't know that we can necessarily trust anybody. As a matter of fact, I'm a little worried right now that I can't trust anybody in this room.
You were like that before, right?
Dun, dun,
yeah,
dun.
But
I could ask my dad if he's ever heard of anything about this.
Well, I got one
too early in this game to get a second Ludo. Way too early. I was trying to avoid this. If I have to deal with two more dads, you know how hard playing this game is when you have to not hit two people who are trying to kill you? Two big bad enemies that are just out there that you can't kill.
Well, short stuff over here goes to the Blackstaff Academy. Why don't we just ask one of them?
No. When's the last time given a powerful magic item to a group of wizards How does that sound? Ever been a good idea?
Vic's
Well-
like, can I put it in the mirror?
No.
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 Okay.
Here, take this sack and go sit in the corner.
Actually, just leave. Just go. Get out of here. You're not helping us.
All right, fine. I'm going to tell somebody about the mirror.
No.
Do your thing.
Don't tell anyone about the mirror.
You tell them about the mirror. It'll be gone by the time you get back.
I like portal magic, though. I want to play with it.
No.
Why not? You played with it.
We didn't play
And
with
look
it.
what you did.
I didn't play with it.
Obviously, you brought another one of me out because you fucking didn't like me.
That's no.
Look, you got a sack full of portals right there. Go home and play with them.
Exit portals.
Go back to school.
That sound
All right.
D-Walk is making is so gross.
I'm going to go put them all in all her hair tie things.
No.
I'm going to swap out all her hair ties.
Her hair's too short for hair ties.
Damn.
All your ponies are going to have hair ties.
Oh no! On a butthole above their butthole. On their tail hair.
He's like, Dad has long hair.
Don't do that to Dad.
Dad's already got 4.
He's walking out with the bag.
Go back to school.
All right. He looks. Late, ma'am, would you like to buy a scrunchie? They're great and revitalizing.
Or just shut the door.
Butthole. Read all about it.
Okay.
Butt scrunchies.
So, I mean, we can try to hide it somewhere. I can ask my dad if he knows anything about this, or if, no.
Telling more people about it seems like a mistake.
Well, we're going to have to tell somebody about it if we want it hidden elsewhere. I mean,
No,
right
we
now.
could just disguise it as another thing and then put that somewhere else.
All right, we'll
Right.
put a hat and trench coat on it. We'll walk it around and call it Uncle Steve.
Look, I get that was a joke, but not exactly that, but something along those lines, something like that. Like, we put it on the bottom of a table. We take that table, we put it in, I don't know, a local tavern or something.
Right, and the first time there's a bar fight and someone rolls underneath a table, 2 people come out.
I don't know. What if we
We-
dig a hole?
Here's a thought.
Krex puts hands up. Krex raises his hand. Yo, I like to bury if I was killing people, I like to bury them in other people's graves so no one goes
Stop.
looking for them.
Stop that sentence right there. Just stop. Though, to be
If
fair,
I were to kill people again, like
Yes.
I have multiple times in the past, it's like
yeah,
you're
that's
slowly losing credibility here, pal.
yeah. Although I will say he does have a bit of a point. We found it in a crypt, right? It was
Yeah.
sitting down. Why not just put it back where we found it? Nobody was bothering it at that point, right?
Yeah, but it might have been active for a long time.
What if we, put it in like a thin box or something so that way no one can come out of it, and we could maybe store it in my mom's mausoleum?
Oh God! Now we're gonna have 2 moms. This is the worst. I don't want. Look,
I don't
nobody
have a
can
mom
have
right
this.
now.
Nobody can have this. Nobody
I'm trying to
related
I'm
to
trying
Adrie's
figure out
family.
places to put it.
Nobody near Adrie's family can have this mirror.
Why?
Because every time your family's near one of these things, outside of game, every time one of your family members is near a mirror, we have a whole fucking Adrie fucking family reunion of murder
I don't
that
think
I'm
that's
not allowed
true.
to attack them. It's like, hey, don't hit my dad. Oh, he's stabbing you.
Yeah, don't hit
him
my
though.
dad.
I know when he dies, he just turns into a cloud, and he'll be fine. But don't hit him.
Don't hit him.
He's trying to saw my head off.
Just
No,
don't,
don't
hit
hit
him. And it'll be fine.
Don't hit him. You know what? The only way to hurt my dad would be to engineer an elaborate vacuum cleaner.
To be fair, I keep hearing don't hit him. I haven't heard anything about don't kick him, don't stab him, don't push him off a cliff.
She's been very clear. I think the best thing to do with this is to wrap it up tight, bury it somewhere where we know where it is and no one else would. And we have to do it in secret so that no one will see us do it and then go retrieve it. Where's a good place to bury it? Not near Adrie's family. Maybe somewhere, I don't know. We could throw it in the lake.
Well, we could throw it off a dock.
Great. Mirror squid. Oh, wait. The other one tried to attack you. Maybe this one will be real friendly. It'll come out and be like, hello, I'm Squidward the professional. I spoke 8 pipes.
I can show you where all the heads are. My only concern is that if someone has been following us, I mean, how secretive can we be about this? I mean, they already killed the fishermen. They pegged them after seeing us talk to them. So obviously someone's got eyes on us at all times, or at least that should be the assumption we make.
We could run interference. We could dress up Alicia like you, and then we could walk out with something under our arms and go bury it somewhere while you wait and then stealth out the back and hide it somewhere else.
So you're going to use the Three Amigos defense is what we're going to do here.
Yep.
We're all going to dress up in identical uniforms and kill El Guapo in the middle of the town square. All right. I like this plan. I'm in for it. Let's do it.
Rachel?
Where are you planning to take it?
Well, he's planning on taking it. We're going to run interference. I don't know.
Sure.
What do you think? You want to take it to your mom's grave.
I that's like a good place to store it.
Okay, let's do that. Saves us from having to dig a hole.
It's a secure structure as long as no one sees us march in with it.
Incoming Adrie's mom 2.0.
We haven't seen any evidence of it bringing out a living person or a dead person.
That's true. That's true.
That is true.
Okay, let's do that. But how? Someone's still gonna watch us though if we move it there.
Wait. Hold on, I need to look up something. I thought I had a great idea, but then I remembered something. I think it would actually be a horrible idea.
That doesn't mean you shouldn't do it.
Is this something your character would know?
Yeah. But I don't remember the rules, so I have to read it. Okay.
Tell us.
I can with my artificer ability, I can replicate a bag of holding. It would hold most of the mirror, so then it wouldn't look like a mirror. It would just disguise like the top part that's sticking out. And then we can move it around, and it doesn't look like we're moving a mirror around because most of it will be in the bag of holding.
That's actually a solid idea.
Are you putting a trans-dimensional portal device inside a bag of holding?
Oh, I wasn't going to say that.
Not all the way.
Just the tip.
I thought it didn't. Hold on. It says placing a bag of holding inside an extra dimensional space created by a handy haversack, portable hole, or similar item instantly destroys both items and opens the gate to the astral plane. But it's not an extra dimensional space. It's a mirror. Right? Maybe not.
And it's not all the way in.
Right? So
we're gonna use that. We're gonna use this high school boyfriend girlfriend defense. It's not all the way in.
Yeah, it's yes. That's Catholic birth control.
We can still pull out.
We're gonna use the rhythm method. Great.
Okay, so that's not gonna work then.
Yeah, open a fucking shadow realm portal.
It was a good idea, except for that one part.
Right.
Yeah, where fucking both things are destroyed and we open Nexus.
And we would destroy it, it would be gone.
You'd probably take half a water deep with you and send all you to the Dark Tower.
That's true.
Well, we'll just do it in the castle ward.
No!
They have plenty of space.
I mean,
What if
there's
we
like
sacrifice
700
1,000 ponies to it?
Yeah, there's like 800 open acres just sitting there doing nothing, so...
Now, in Adrie's defense, if she does this, she doesn't know what she's putting into the bag of holding.
That's true. I don't know it's an extra dimensional space.
And I'm just a simple country rogue, so I don't know. I think the mirror's pretty.
Well, I mean, like, I can only put. Yeah, I can't do the whole mirror. So.
Is there any way we could change its shape? Like temporarily, like alter form on it or something like that? Anyone here a spellcaster?
You threw the only spellcaster out to sell scrunchies to people.
Oh, that's a good point.
Trying to think. We shrink it?
Yeah, and keep it in our wallet. It's a makeup mirror.
Yeah, it's our compact.
Rachel, do you have any spells?
Nothing that could help.
So describe for me the mirror, David. Is it like one solid piece, or is it like one of those mirrors that you have like a frame and then the mirror is on a frame. So it's a full frame. So it's not something that can be disassembled into smaller parts.
No, the brood witch cannot be taken apart or disassembled.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, shit.
Think of it as like you know those metal kind of ornate frameworks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that with like feet at the bottom, so it like holds up this kind of tilted mirror in the middle.
Okay. All right. So we know we can't keep it here.
We can't destroy it.
We think taking it to any other residential domicile, my old place, Adrie's house, is a bad idea.
What about the poop portal? We could sneak it directly into Rachel's house if we got Victor to create a poop portal from here to her house.
So what you're saying is that we shouldn't have harassed and threatened and sent away the only person that can help us.
We'll just get him back. He's got short legs. How far could he have walked?
True. I'm not worried about getting him back physically. I'm worried about what it's going to take to get him to agree to do this. But yeah, he's a portal.
Also, he would then know where the fucking mirror is.
Yeah, he would definitely mess with it.
Yeah.
Anyone we ask to help us with this might. What if? Is there a way that we could? I don't know. Can we just cut off that part of the floor in your house and move it here, and then warp it to wherever the poop goes?
I don't think that's how that works.
I'm not a magic guy. I don't know.
Isn't there like a carpenter in the area? Could we ask
right
him
across the street?
Could we maybe get him to make like a trap door and we hide it in the floor until like you pass without trace, and then we can move it?
I mean, maybe. I think the main issue that we have right now is we're not 100%. Like, we know how it works as people, but players, we don't.
Yeah.
So our perception of how best to handle this is different. I think we're also assuming that the person is watching us 24/7, which they don't know that we're on to them at all. They might not even know that somebody observed them leave the mirror.
Unless it's Kretz, and we've been talking about this in front of him the whole time.
But maybe.
We did leave him. He could be I don't know. He could be a copy.
But the ghost didn't say he did anything to the mirror.
But the ghost can't see everything happening all over the house at once, can it? I mean, it has like a single point of view.
I don't know. Well, I'm saying we don't know how ghosts work. We don't know if it's haunting the entire house as an embodied thing, or if it's...
I don't think it can observe the whole house at once.
Well, shit.
We could hide it under the floorboards. We could.
If we move it, it gives a way that we know that what it is. So maybe if we just assume that their plan isn't going to develop in the next week, right? We assume that if this is some sort of grand plan, us pretending like we don't know might be better in the long run. This is from Kavir the professional, by the way. My opinion is hiding it in plain sight and not giving away that we know of it is probably better than to move it somewhere that isn't where we're going to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
Because then once we move it, it shows whoever is using it that they need to move forward their plans and use it right now. If we pretend like we have no perception whatsoever of its use or what it's for, they are still baseline, right?
Well, the other thing is do you actually want to smoke them out now?
Well, I mean, we have a lot of people to smoke out right now.
Well, I mean, that's before their plan gets too grandiose in, as Barney Fife would say, nip it in the bud. Just let's hide the damn thing. Let's stake it out and then jump whoever comes after it and get to the bottom of it. Because the more time passes, regardless of what we do, things are going to proceed. We may slow things down, but I mean, we have an opportunity to stop them.
Do we? Okay. We could just act like we're moving furniture around, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll just clean up not just that, but also some of the bookshelves and other stuff. Put it down in the basement so it's not as available to someone who's not looking for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll lock that, and I don't know, maybe leave some sort of trap, or we could just ask the ghost to keep an eye out.
But if it saw you come in and mess with it, and it
right,
wasn't...
but not in armor. It saw me in a jacket, so it was able to distinguish the two. Also, I have an eye patch. Like, the Raven has, like, an eye patch. So, like, I'm assuming that it would be fairly easy to distinguish guy in plate mail with an eye patch from...
Yeah, you didn't ask about the eyes on the other person.
Oh, well, I didn't think about it, I guess. I'm not Kavir the professional. I'm Kavir the Raven, so... And I have no history of this mirror. All we know right now, okay, we're getting sidetracked in minutia. We know that it has some sort of dark function, but we don't know exactly how it works, and we don't know how dangerous it is in game. So probably the best thing we could do is lock it in the basement. That's like seems like what a rational person would do, and then try to figure out,
Mm-hmm.
where the other person went. Like, we could track them. We could see, like, when you guys walked home, we could see anybody you passed by that maybe they left again. We could try to profile where they went. We could ask around about a person in a black coat with an eye on it.
Right.
Because as far as we know, that could even be the person. I mean, we know the mirror was here this whole time in a crypt, right?
Yeah.
So it very well could have been active there. And
well, what if in the crypt it wasn't active? Maybe the crypt was hollowed.
Maybe.
Are we sure that we didn't accidentally activate it ourselves?
Activate it by taking it out?
Yeah.
Well,
Because
the ghost said I did activate it by touching it, I think.
Well, we also, when we first found it, we looked into it.
Right.
Because when you hollow a location, you can choose extra-dimensional, or affected creatures can't move or travel using teleportation or by extra-dimensional or interplanar means. So maybe where it was hollowed, and so nothing could
get out.
That was Dr. Midnight's lab, right? Or area?
No, it was the crypt with the... Oh, well, was Dr. Midnight there?
Dr. Midnight was above, I believe, but that was with the turtle priest.
Yeah.
It was effectively the morgue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the priest that talked really slow.
God damn it.
So I mean, it could have. I mean, it's in the city of the dead, so it could have been a hollow location. We wouldn't really know.
Well, we could go ask.
Yeah.
Take it with us. Go there and ask.
Take it with us.
Yeah.
And if it turns out that that's the case, we could go back to the original idea of moving it back to where it started.
Well, won't taking it with us if
Raise
someone's
suspicion?
watching? Yeah, if someone's watching us, and they're gonna wonder why we're taking the mirror back.
It's defective. It has a scratch.
It's got some weird feedback.
It clashed with my furniture upstairs. It's just abhorrent. I have to take it back and get something else.
Well, fuck it. Let's just investigate the byproduct of it. We'll strap it in some fucking cloth, tie it up real tight, and put it down inside my basement area and lock it. Deal?
Deal.
Okay.
I'm going to get some black paint. I'm going to write "not a mirror" on the side of it while we move it.
The evil versions of that sentence comes out. It says totally a mirror.
Kretsch raises his hands. You want me to stay here and watch it?
No. You
All
need
right.
to leave.
All right.
Before we lock it up, he needs to leave.
All right.
We gave you a place to stay and rest up. Go out into the world and don't murder or steal.
Be a
Didn't he-
productive citizen.
Didn't you show up this morning and you were like, "Oh, stay here as long as you want to"?
Yeah, that was before we had a fucking death icon in our house.
3 hours later, you're like, "You gotta go, man."
He can
He's like-
stay. He can stay, I guess.
He's like, should I stay or should I go?
He can stay. I didn't say that to him. We'll just
All right.
we'll lock it up and be safe, I guess. This is gonna be a problem. No matter where we put this mirror, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Kretsch is like, I could reach some friends about that eye coat thingy. I mean, that has to stand out in some circles. If you want.
Tricky, you deal with this. You're the smart one.
Yeah. Have you seen my intelligence score?
I mean, smart, like street
I
smart
know.
C kind of guy. Like, I'm over here.
An insight check to see whether or not I can trust him.
All right, go for it.
Rachel, what's your intelligence?
20.
How does an 11 take you?
Wait, it's 20?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do some investigations on this fucking mirror. Tell us how it works.
With the 11 on the insight, you're not picking up anything foul out of him. He seems earnest enough to want to work with you guys. You guys did get him off death row.
Maybe repay his debt, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead and ask around in your circles. See what you can find out. And in the meantime, maybe poke around and see if you can find out any information about all these murders that are going on as well. Any information you can find for us would be greatly appreciated.
All right. I can tell you about the elf killings. That isn't a gang thing.
Well, we were kind of working under that assumption as well.
Your Zents were looking into it thinking it was us at one time, and no, we asked around. It wasn't us killing them.
So it's neither one of you.
No, Davil, the Doom Raider. Yeah, he's an elf himself. He was the one who caught wind of it first.
Okay.
And he thought it was us. He sent a squad after us. Once we cleaned up the mess and we found one of the blacks, Black Networks alive, so we got the answers out of him. And he said they came after us for the elf thing, and we were like, it wasn't us.
Do you know if Davil found out anything else about the elf killings?
You can, not that I know of, he's on the other side of the fence. He normally hangs out around the yawning portal.
What does he look
But
like?
he's an elf.
Are you implying that we all look the same?
I hear y'all related.
Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism Plays Dragon Heist. If you would like to support us, please check out our Patreon. We're at patreon.com/freelance_heroism. We have different things there. Character journals, art, bloopers, stuff like that.
Our cast includes me as Dr. Kavir the Raven, Rachel as Adrie the Highborn Artificer, Nate as Rain Trichet, Dockside Officiant, and of course, D-Walk as Dr. Midnight, and everybody else in the game. Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism Plays Dragon Heist, and we don't invoice in this group. We'll be back next week with more episodes, so stay tuned. I could play Demon Souls.
You could. I'm not saying you couldn't.
I'd be good at it.
Yes. I just think you wouldn't have as
You
much
remember
fun.
Dark Souls?
Uh-huh.
When you told me to play Dark Souls?
Did you beat it?
No, I didn't beat it. It was on the Switch.
Well.
That's why I didn't beat it. I have 900 games at my disposal. But I'm just saying that I was good at that game.
Yeah. I'm not saying you weren't.
I played a mage and ran through that shitty ramshackle fucking everything's made of wood hellscape
Blight Town.
to get the red armor so that I could be all flex cool. You know what? That's it, man. I'm gonna get Demon Souls. I'm just gonna say fuck you. I'm gonna I'm gonna be so strong in that game. I'm gonna play this game sarcastically. I'm going to play. I'm gonna be the strongest shit you've ever seen, and then I'm gonna duel you online. How you like it now? Now you're feeling the fear.
You're gonna bully me in the game that I've been
I'm
waiting
gonna
to play.
hang out at the places where you're farming and just show up, and I'm gonna make you turn off your internet. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna be sitting there, and then all of a sudden your screen's gonna flash bright white, and you're like, "What the hell was that? Why is my health gone?" And I'm gonna wave. I'm gonna use the wave emoji, or not emoji, gesture.
Yeah.
And then maybe a hump dance.